Oh boy, if this is true, point and laugh, the Phoebe Waller-Bridge led Tomb Raider live action series from Amazon. Gonzo, done baby, ain't ever making it out the cutting room floor. And there are multiple outlets reporting this with really harsh language like millions of dollars spent with no script. Welcome back to Words Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and yes, we're going to use PC Gamer, one of my least favorite outlets of all time, because, frankly, if even they're saying this and acknowledging it, then, yeah, what can I say? I don't want to show that I got some sort of bias or something. Amazon's Tomb Raider series reportedly dead after tens of millions in development costs resulted in no script. So we're going to go through here, see what we can see. Before that, hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news nearly every day, and I want it to be known I'm not just some sort of filthy hater. While I love Tomb Raider, I knew there was no way they were going to do a live-action version justice. Why? Because they're not going to base it off the original PlayStation 1 games, you know, where Lara Croft was actually Lara Croft, when Tomb Raiding was actually Tomb Raiding. No, it was probably going to be either wholly original or based off the terrible Crystal Dynamics Square Enix remakes. But that being said, I'm not a hater. I'm not inherently against live-action adaptations of video games. I love the Sonic movies. I love Detective Pikachu. I love Warcraft. I think Fallout was the best thing Amazon released last year, and this would have been an Amazon project. But that being said, we've also had our fair share of things that are not good, like, say, the Halo TV show, anyone, and also, by all accounts, I heard Twisted Metal is pretty good. The point is, we knew good goddamn well that this was not going to be one of them. Why? Two reasons. A, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, as acknowledged, the franchise killer, and Jennifer Salke's involvement. And, of course, Jennifer Salke, as you know, ain't exactly around at Amazon anymore. So, yes, let's go through here and, just make sure we ain't celebrating too oily. Not going ahead. Ooh, look at that. See, this is of course the version of Lara Croft they go with in this. Again, this is for the article, obviously not Amazon, but you know that's what they're going to go with for Amazon. Following years of rumors, Amazon Prime Video officially revealed plans for a new TV series based on the Tomb Raider games in May 2024, which I covered back then, mind you, so this has been a long time coming. The announcement's big hook was Phoebe Waller-Bridge as writer and producer, who is best known as the creator of Fleabag and head writer of Killing Eve. Is that what she's best known for? Like, I'm pretty sure the vast majority of folk don't know what Fleabag was. It was acclaimed for what it was, but I don't think it was, you know, a massive mainstream success. And the hell is Killing Eve? No, here's what she's known for. The Hollywood hat trick. Killing James Bond, killing Star Wars, killing Indiana Jones. That is what Phoebe Waller-Bridge is known for. She played an activist droid in love with a pansexual Lando Calrissian in Star Wars, which she also helped write. She helped write the most recent terrible final Daniel Craig James Bond film. That was all her. And I don't know if she helped write Indiana Jones, but let me tell you, her being the goddaughter character, I don't even remember her name, that one-ups Indy at every chance, was practically the star of Indiana Jones 5, certainly didn't endear herself to audiences. She's widely noted as the worst part of that movie, and what is already one of the worst films ever made. So, yeah, sorry, PC Gamer, I don't think that's what she's best known for. Amped up her own fandom for the series, Lara means a lot to me, as she does many, and I can't wait to go on this adventure, bats and all. Now, I do not for one moment or second believe that Lara Croft meant anything to Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I think that the money, the paycheck, the dollary dues that Amazon was willing to throw her way because she's a feminist icon in a world full of male writers, I think that is what means a lot to her. And we had already heard rumors of what some of the changes and ideas were being thrown around in the writer's room. Now, again, they were just rumors, who knows if they're true. But let me tell you, it wasn't Tomb Raider. Well, it was a nice idea. The Daily Mail now cites a source saying that Lara Croft's mooted small-screen adventures are not going ahead, while another source is even more unambiguous. The project is dead. Neither Prime Video nor Waller-Bridge's representatives have commented. I wonder why they haven't commented yet. Probably because, yeah, this is true. I mean, we already saw any chance Phoebe Waller-Bridge gets to talk, she'll take. Like, that was the case for, especially the case for Indiana Jones setups and screening appearances. Like, she's a typical woman. She does not know how to shut the fuck up. So yeah, I definitely think if this were still on the table, she'd be saying something. But also, Prime Video's representatives haven't commented. Why is that? Because Jennifer Salke was in charge of this. You know, the same Jennifer Salke that was in charge of the Rings of Power, the Wheel of Time, basically almost all these other massive failures on Amazon's front. She was the one that greenlit this. She was the one that threw all the money at it. And now she gone, bro. She outski. So yeah, I can see why Amazon isn't saying anything, because these rumors about the cancellation are likely true. This is not the first time rumors have swirled around the production, and whether fairly or not, the fingers pointed at Waller-Bridge's scripts. I would dare to dream, I would dare to believe that it probably was fair, which were apparently delayed for some time and then judged unsuitable for the project. Phoebe Waller-Bridge apparently cares so much about Lara Croft that the scripts she did turn in were unsuitable for even Amazon. This is the same Amazon that's going to be doing the God of War live-action series and skipping all the Greek mythology stuff and starting in the Scandinavian era, which isn't even God of War anymore, in my opinion. This Amazon, her scripts weren't even good enough for them. Bro, that is wild. Prime Video signed up Waller-Bridge to megabucks exclusivity deal in 2019 worth $20 million a year. $20 million a year since 2019, 6 years ago. But since then has produced no shows or films from the creator. So she signed on to a deal worth $20 million a year. Now, did she actually get that $20 million? Was it $5 million a year cash, then $15 million in stock options? To be fair, it's don't just think, oh, $20 million in the bank every year. Like, no, there's probably some conditions to it. A lot of it's probably stock options, things to that effect. But the fact of the matter is, we're going on 6 years. There has been not a single Phoebe Waller-Bridge project to actually hit Amazon. Now, for a long time, to be fair, she was working on Indiana Jones. Okay, all right, you know what? She definitely did probably have that contract worked out with Disney. They probably had the understanding with Amazon. I get it. You know what? Indiana Jones, that takes up time. It takes a lot of work to usurp your main male character and spend all that time in front of a green screen and basically just take over the entire film. But, she worked on James Bond. Was this prior to James Bond being bought by Amazon Studios? I don't think it was, but I could be wrong. Either way, aside from Indiana Jones, which didn't take 6 years to make, or at least she wasn't behind the camera for 6 years, what has she been doing? What other products was she supposed to be working on? Like, we've known about the Tomb Raider show for at least a year now. But surely, if she had an exclusivity deal worth $20 million a year, there would have been other projects. Why are we hearing about none of this? Is it because maybe even Amazon execs, now that Salke is gone, realize that Phoebe Waller-Bridge is cancer, that she is poisoned, that anything that she puts out is going to immediately be crucified and roasted on the internet? Like not even from the culture war anti-woke folk like your boy here, just in general. My dad doesn't know anything about who Phoebe Waller-Bridge is, but when he went and saw Indiana Jones 5, he was asking who the hell that British cunt was. Like, it was that simple. But since then, has produced no shows or films to creator. 6 years of an exclusivity deal. Nothing to show for it. The deal was made under the aegis of Jennifer Salke, who also greenlit and was overseeing the Tomb Raider project, and was head of Amazon Studios until just last week, because yes, she was kicked out last week. They didn't even fire her and fill the position with someone else. They straight up eliminated her position. I've talked about this on various other live streams on other channels, but I didn't do a dedicated video on it. But yes, the gal that, excuse me, pretty much headed up Rings of Power and Wheel of Time, her entire position within the company just flat out eliminated just a week ago. So were probably the projects that she had greenlit but weren't actually in production yet. Waller-Bridge grew up playing Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, said Salke in 2023. We think it's going to be a huge franchise for us. Oh yeah, I'm sure this is going to be such a Look, I like Tomb Raider. Everybody likes Tomb Raider. It was literally a staple of the 90s. It was a PS1 classic. It still has a reputation to this day. But not the reputation that, it is a mixed reputation at best, and its popularity, it really isn't that of certain other things. Like, Fallout, I think, has a more, vibrant, popular, when you look at analytics, community right now. Even God of War, as much as I was talking trash, even Halo, as terrible as that show was, like, Tomb Raider, while it's a very famous game series, I don't think it's in the public zeitgeist to the same degree as some of those other things that we've been getting adaptations of. So for them to sink all this time and money into what was probably not going to be majorly successful to begin with, I mean, Tomb Raider doesn't have the same visual iconography to it, where you can just know what it is when looking at it, like Fallout does, for example. You're really banking off the nostalgia of the original Tomb Raider games, and we know they weren't going to take those into account anyway. They were going to give the soulless, cash grab, generic, bland Crystal Dynamics treatment. Puck's Matthew Baloney, in an article focused on Salke's time at Amazon, makes the whole thing sound like a huge mess. Tomb Raider, which Waller-Bridge has been working on with Salke, was personally overseeing after announcing the series pickup last May, and has now gone through 2 writers' rooms and tens of millions of dollars in development costs. There's still no script. Tens of millions with no script. What the fuck were they doing over there? Amazon has yet to officially confirm the cancellation. Also in development is the new Tomb Raider game from series veteran Crystal Dynamics, which is being developed with Unreal Engine 5. And the whole Under Your Hats, folks, will feature mind-bending puzzles, a wide variety of enemies, and a new chapter in Lara Croft's story. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Oh, this is so glorious. Like, if we were in an age where we could trust adaptations and not be surprised by how good they are, like with Fallout, like with Sonic, like several of these others that admittedly have been like, whoa, I had no expectations. But not only were my expectations, like not only was I blown away, even if I had expectations, this would have been good. We are living in a world where we are sporadically getting these. But then we're also getting things like a Minecraft movie and Borderlands. And, I mean, again, this is Amazon we're talking about, who gave us the Wheel of Time and the Rings of Power. Some of those maligned entries and adaptations of the most beloved franchises of all time. Is it cynical for me to say I didn't have any hope? Maybe. But when you see franchise killer Phoebe Waller-Bridge's name attached to it, let's be real. Pattern recognition exists for a reason, so what can I say? Well, I do at some point. Well, I would love to see a proper adaptation of Tomb Raider. This wasn't it, and by God, I am so happy about its proposed cancellation. Let's hope this rumor is true. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, or you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news nearly every day. Not always about video game or adaptations, but anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles we go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos we react to on the Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 8 other vital idols. 8? We got more than 8 members. 180 Discord members, vital idols, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity. Diversity of thought. If that's interesting to you, join the Discord, hit subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.